Well, listen, excuse me. I'm not going to let you accuse me of committing criminal activity. I am not going to take that. I am not going to take that. So you want to have a civil conversation, that's one thing. Try to say that I'm letting, that guy was Baker acted.
This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Get the merch link in the description section. Ladies and gentlemen, four-time indictment championship. A champion is the coldest merch we put out so far. It may still be second to the Don 2.0, I have to say. But we got them in sticker form now. We got the sticker of the GOAT. We got also the sticker of the four-time indictment champion. And I have to say this, man, because people are stupid and in five left shoes on an eight-legged man trying to steal my designs. So people are trying to steal this design. It belongs to us. We made it. We created it. And you will know they stole it because it's got a freaking T, the Tatum badge right here at the bottom of the thing. Anyway, these are all our best sellers, and I was telling you guys about the exclusive merch. So if you go to exclusive discounts, it's right at the top of the page. If you're on the desktop, you can see it on the menu screen if you're not on the desktop. But these exclusive discounts go if you're in the military, active duty, veteran, or you're a dependent of somebody in the military, obviously first responders, medical staff, which is nurses and doctors, teachers, students. If you're a senior, they put 55 and older. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't judge me, judge the website. Commercial drivers and your CDL driver, you get a discount. And also if you're on disability, mean low income, unemployment, on disability, a fixed income, you get a discount on my store for life. So go on to the store, get your merch today, TatumStore.com. Like and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notification anytime I go live, make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment for the share this video. Y'all already know what to do. Let's get into this. Can I be very clear about this election thing? I honestly think that could Ron DeSantis become the president of the United States and do well? I think so. Does Ron DeSantis have the juice like Donald Trump? I think not. You know, because I'm about to play a clip of Ron DeSantis, and I think Ron DeSantis he's been characterized as a failure in all of these things that people have been saying about him. He's been losing momentum because Trump is such a powerhouse. That's pretty much all it is. If Trump wasn't in the race, Ron DeSantis would be a formidable presidential candidate. And I think he's a great guy. I think he would be a great president, to be quite honest. Does he have the juice that Donald Trump has? No, he doesn't. He just ain't got it. Can I be real? He just ain't got it. I think he'll be a great president. I think he's a great governor, but he just ain't got the juice. But what I will say is that all that aside, because I think people need to put this in perspective. You may like Trump so much that you feel like you got to hate who he hate, and therefore people perceive this about Ron DeSantis. But in general, in reality, I think Ron DeSantis is an incredible conservative Republican. And here's an example of why I say that. Roll clip 4.
The people who were murdered a couple weeks ago. Trayvon Martin was not the first.
So first of all, I did not allow anything with that. Well, listen, excuse me. I'm not going to let you accuse me of committing criminal activity. I am not going to take that. I am not going to take that. So you want to have a civil conversation, that's one thing. Try to say that I'm letting, that guy was Baker acted. He should have been ruled ineligible, but they didn't involuntarily commit him, and so they weren't. No, there is the truth. There is something about the truth. It's not everyone doesn't have their own truth. No. You don't get to come here and blame me for some madman. That is not appropriate, and I'm not going to accept it. Yeah. Oh, that is nonsense. That is such nonsense. We've done more to support law enforcement in this state than anybody throughout the United States. Our crime rate in Florida is at a 50-year low. We have enacted policies so that people have a chance to live in safety. We have attracted people to come to this state in large part because we've had a commitment to public safety. So the notion that somehow we're not supportive of safety is absurd. And we've put our money where our mouth is. We've put support behind policies to hold people accountable who hurt other people. You haven't seen us releasing people from prison. When they hurt, when you do the crime, you do the time.
I love that. Now, if I was up there, maybe I wouldn't have been that calm. Somebody accused me of that, I'd call them for what it is. You a coward. This the coward in here talking all this crazy noise. I ain't have nothing to do with nobody shooting nobody. Get him out of here. That's what I probably would have said. Or I told him, come up and say that in my face on the stage. No, I'm just playing. I'm kind of playing. I would want to say that. I don't think I would say it because I would like to have respectable decorum when I'm leading. But, you know, people get to talking and running their mouth, and it kind of make you feel some type of way. But I love what Ron DeSantis said and not allowing this reporter to kind of fluster him and talk crazy to him, because they're literally trying to create a narrative and say that Ron DeSantis and Republicans are the reason why some nut job went and shot and killed 3 people. You know, and it's not just 3 people, because I want to say it was only 3 people, but those 3 people meant a lot to a lot of people. You know, one person is too many people to die in a situation like that. But the funny thing is, I don't hear people talking about this when it's more than 3 people laying dead in the street with inner city violence. When are we going to talk about that elephant in the room? It's funny because mass shootings that are done with the political agenda or a motive attached to it gets all the praise. But there's unnamed young people that get killed in the inner city all the time. They get shot in the head through a window. They get killed in drive-by shootings while sitting in the car. Kids can't even really be safe. They telling the kids to get in bathtubs and stuff when people start shooting up the block. It's just not fair that those kids get no love. That nobody know their names. They get no fundraisers. They don't get a T-shirt. They get nothing because there's not an agenda to push. There's a cover-up. They're saying we're going to turn a blind eye to the violence in the inner city communities that are unique to the inner city communities. It is unique. Somebody tried to compare and say, oh, white people didn't. No, they don't. There is no such thing as a white Chicago. That you show me. I give somebody $5,000. You can show me a community with the same. I mean, you show me a city that have the same amount of gun violence, gang violence, criminal activity, and it is primarily white people doing it. Show me. I'll give you $5,000. Show it to me. I'm confident. I could have said $1 million. I'm confident that it doesn't exist. It's a cultural thing. I've been all around the United States of America. I almost been in all 50 states. I'm probably got about 5 more states to go, and I would have been in all 50 states. Now, have I explored every state? No, I haven't. But I've been to the airport. I've been in hotels. I've been out to eat. I've been at events in many of these places that I go to. And I have never been in a place where there were primarily white people and I felt in fear of anything. I have been places where they tell you, you can't go on this side of town because black people around here are crazy. I remember I went to St. Louis to an event. The Uber driver, I'm like, I almost felt like she was trying to take me somewhere to rob me or something. We were zigzagging through the neighborhood, going all this place, and I'm like, hey, the GPS ain't saying this. She goes, no, listen, I don't want you to get killed over here. I don't want you to get robbed. The GPS tells me to go straight through this part, and this is the craziest part of town. People will rob you from the Uber. So I tried to take you a back way so they don't rob you. This is a black woman telling me about driving through the black community. I went to Memphis to do a speech at the University of Memphis. The Uber driver it wasn't an Uber driver, it's actually a car service. So the guy in the SUV is driving me, and he said, yeah, it's dangerous over here, man. I went to stay at the little hotel where it was like the Elvis Hotel. They got a gate and barbed wire and all kind of stuff in front of the hotel because they said that it's not safe to go outside from the hotel. And the guys at the hotel referred me and said, don't go outside the hotel to do anything. You should get whatever you need in the hotel or go to another side of town. And then we talked about Young Dolph, the rapper Young Dolph that got killed in Memphis. He got shot up in broad daylight. Showed me a country music singer getting shot up in broad daylight somewhere in Tennessee, Nashville. No, it ain't happening. It's not happening. I could go down the list. We were in Chicago. I was in, this is when the MAX 373 or something, that airplane crashed and they took all of them out of service. I was in Chicago and I had to go to Michigan State or something like that to speak. Now, since they canceled all the flights, I had to drive. And so I got in the rental car and I said, I'm going to drive to Michigan. I don't care how long it's going to take. I promised those kids I'll be there. I'm going to be there. And I was driving through Chicago and I went down MLK. dudes got their pants sagging, gang banging, drug dealing right on the corner of MLK in Chicago. And then I'm gonna tell you this, I'm driving to the toll, because when you come out of the area I was in, headed to Michigan, they have a toll booth where you have to pay money and then the handles come up. Well, I'm sitting there, some black dudes in a car drove through the handles, knocked them off the thing and kept going. It's not somehow Brandon Tatum making this stuff up and I'm somehow brainwashed by the white man. I'm just being honest so we can talk in honesty so we can actually start to fix some things. There is no white Chicago. There is no white inner city violence. There are poor white communities. There are poor white people. And they do have crime in poor areas, no matter what color they are. But it is something unique in the black community. You go to Atlanta, you go to that mall, Lenox, I think it's Lenox Mall or whatever. I think that place is in a very wealthy area. And what's making it bad? Black people showing up there, gang banging, shooting, and doing all kind of stuff. It ain't white people, it's black people. And why are you saying that, Mr. Tatum? Because we need to make a change, please. And stop blaming the white man and start looking in the mirror to make a change. When we come back after the break, I'm going to tell you exactly what the change should be, and then I'm going to get to some callers.